Hey guys, it's Bianca Sophia. So this video is going to be about my experiences with Archangel Zadkiel. Now, I don't know if you guys saw that video where I was in heaven, heaven on earth for, TJ Maxx. They had all those tarot decks, and I got that tarot deck, the Archangel Oracle cards tarot deck. It's more of Oracle cards instead of tarot, but it's the same. It's just all the same to me. Now, for the last 5 days in a row, out of 44 cards, this card kept popping up. And Michael L. said, do this work. And he was, he wanted me to keep reading this card, the instructions in the booklet over and over again, right? So I've been doing a lot of work with, and then Zadkiel did come in, and we were doing a lot of transmutation work together. Really quick, I had to cut in to say that this Oracle deck is made by Diana Cooper, the Archangel Oracle Cards deck, okay? And also, before you begin this transmutation work, make sure you read the script, do your shielding, and do your spheres before doing this work, okay? We don't need any tricksters coming through, right? Okay, here you go. Seraphim Michael L. wants all of us to work with Archangel Zadkiel. I'm going to read you what it says in the booklet, and then I'm going to tell you what we've done. And then he's asking, or all the archangels, all the seraphim and archangels are asking for us all to do this, because the more people that do this, the more powerful it will be. And they need bridges. They need bridges to certain places in the earth, because what they do is they come through you. You are the bridge. So these archangels come through you. And it's not just Zadkiel. Every archangel was here with me doing this work. It was a huge group. And not just that, it was the angels, it was the dragons, the seraphim, but then also their archangelic parts, the split off versions of them are also there. It's really interesting. So I'm going to read you what it says in this book, okay? All right. Archangel Zadkiel. It is time for transmutation. Carry the violet flame. Archangel Zadkiel oversees the different color vibrations of the violet ray of transmutation, which provides the energy to dissolve and clear dense vibrations. He works with Saint Germain and also merges with Archangel Gabriel to create the cosmic diamond violet flame. This is the highest frequency energy currently available to enable us and the planet to clear the past. It will accelerate our ascension into the fifth dimension. Archangel Zadkiel is in charge of the lower chambers of our soul star chakras, which contain all unresolved karma and ancestral and genetic karma. From his etheric retreat above Cuba, he watches the energy of the earth, dispatching his violet angels and dragons to transmute negativity when asked. Now, under guidance, it says, this is a service card inviting you to join Archangel Zadkiel's transmutation team. His angels are looking for humans who can send them to people, places, situations, or ley lines that need to be cleansed. Start with yourself. Invoke Archangel Zadkiel and ask him to pour his violet ray through you, right through your cells. Then view situations around you and in your neighborhood. Send the violet ray to transmute any dense or stuck energies. Thirdly, send Archangel Zadkiel's violet angels and dragons to places in the world where they are needed. Your thoughts form a bridge of light along which they can travel. Notice how this feels. Open yourself up to receive thanks from the universe and know that all service work is rewarded. So you guys, this is part of our work, this transmutation work. That's what we're here to do. We are not only here to do this transmutation work, but we are also the bridge, right? So these higher dimensional beings can use us as like a portal system to come through, right? Because remember, they are part of us, so they just tap into that part of themselves, which is you, right? And they come through you, and you work together, right? So what you guys, what I would ask of you guys to do is like this, like the guidance said, you start with yourself, okay? You ask Archangel Zadkiel to come in, and he'll literally be there before you even ask. As soon as you think of him, he's there, right? Ask him to pour his violet ray through you and right through your cells, okay? And then I want you to go ahead and do this, in regards to your neighborhood. send the violet ray to transmute any dense or stuck energies in your neighborhood. Okay? And then thirdly, it says, send archangels, Zadkiels, violet angels, and dragons to places in the world where they are needed. So what I was told to do, or I should say, what I was asked to do was go outside, get my feet in the earth. And what I did, I was sending this violet ray and the violet angels and dragons to the ley lines. So you say, I send the violet ray and the violet angels and dragons to the ley line that is above me. So whatever ley line is above where you live, you'll send that light. Okay? And just do it. You just imagine doing it. Okay? You don't have to literally put your hands up. If you want to, hey, that's great. But you can also, we are at that level now where all we have to do is imagine it. And that we're literally, like, you're breaking a piece off of yourself and you're actually doing that work. You are doing what you're imagining. Like, you're separating yourself. We are multidimensional. So by you imagining that, say you're standing outside, feet on the grass, and then you imagine a second version of yourself standing right next to you, right? And you are sending that part of you has their arms up and sending that ray of light to the ley lines above you, the ley line that is above you, right? Now also what we did, it wasn't no one asked me to do this, but I just knew to do it. I said, let's go to the DUMBs. The deep underground military bases need the most transmutation work, right? Because of all the bad stuff that's gone down there. And I don't want to get into, you guys know. I want you to imagine yourself in one of the deep underground military bases. It could be anywhere. It doesn't really matter where, because what we're going to do is we're going to send that light throughout all the DUMBs, right? Because they're all connected, right? So I want you to imagine yourself in one of the deep underground military bases, right? Imagine yourself underground in one of these bases. And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to send your light out all around you, right? And then you're going to do the same thing. You're going to send the violet ray, okay? But you're also going to send the violet angels and the dragons as well. And the angels, call all the archangels in as well, all the seraphim, all the super archangels. And remember, they are those dragons. They are those angels. So it's like all these multiple facets of you and them, which are you, will spread this light. And as we work together, this light, it becomes bigger and it becomes stronger, right? You expand that light out. So when you're, imagining you are underground, you imagine that all the archangels are with you, all of the seraphim, all the super archangels, all the dragons, and you send them out. You say, okay, let's go ahead and send this light out, send this violet flame out. We're going to transmute the DUMBs. We are going to transmute all of it, right? And remember, feel that unconditional love, because unconditional love is what transmutes any negative energy, right? So you can imagine yourself and imagine the archangels with you, imagine the Sierra, all of that. Imagine them also sending their light. And then, imagine the dragons are blowing fire throughout the entire DUMBs system. So that's what we are being asked to do, you guys. And like I said, don't do this for your reward. Do this because you want to help the planet, right? But just know that the universe will reward you. Like I said, I don't do this work to be rewarded. And it's like my rewards are being held back anyway because of, well, you guys know what's going on with that. But you guys, when this is all over and all the attacks stop and all this stuff is removed, the abundance that comes in for you is going to be like no other. But like I said, that's not why I'm doing it. But just know that there is light coming, right? Because there's got to be balance, right? The universe is going to balance you out. It has to. This is universal law, okay? All right, so you guys do that. And afterwards, I'm telling you, you feel so good. Like, you can feel this light within you, and you can feel this light all around you. You feel high. I'm like, wow, I feel really good, right? And it's like, it's awesome. Like, that just alone makes me feel good to know that I'm, transmuting the DUMBs, because a lot of bad stuff went down there. And if you don't know, maybe you should start to research that. But there's a lot of bad stuff that went down in there. So, another thing before I go, if you know certain areas of the DUMBs, like, let's say where these sacrifices were done, right? I went there and I spent extra time at where these sacrifices were done. I spent extra time where I don't know where the cages are, but say, bring me to the cages where these children were locked up, right? I went to all of those places, and I spent extra time on those places, right? Whatever area you think needs extra light, spend some extra time there, and have the dragons and the angels do the same. And, you know, reverberate that light out. Send that light out through all of the dumbs. And like I said, spend some extra time in the places where you know there's a lot of negative energy. Not only that, but like there's a lot of souls that are lost down there that need to come home and that need to transition. But they, you know, some of them have been taken. And, you know, by us doing this, we are going to release them, right? Now also, the first day I did just the dumbs, but then like the next days I started to go deeper down into the dumbs, because I know the further down you go, the darker it gets, right? You know, at that last level down there, it's like miles down, but that's where like the reptilians were, you know, the negatively polarized reptilians were doing some awful things, and that's where they were living. That's where they live. So you go down all the way to that level, you know, it's dense, but send that light out, because what you do, if there's any reptilians that are hiding down there, once that light hits them, they are transmuted. They are transmuted. Do you know what I mean? So the more of us that do this, the more light we send out. Oh, you guys, it's going to be beautiful. And it's going to speed up our ascension, right? Because we have to get rid of this negative energy. But that's enough for now, you guys. Like I said, you don't have to do this, but like Seraphim, Michael, and all these super archangels and the dragons, they're all asking for our help, because like I said, they're using us as a bridge to do this, because we are them, right? All right, you guys, I love you. Shields up, swords up. Let's get it.